Hi, my name is Coldbeer and let's start with Grim Dawn. Among all the games similar to Diablo, there is no doubt that Grim Dawn is one of the best examples ever made in this field. More than 90% of positive reviews can confirm that with ease. You'll be able to enjoy the dual class system, combine any of 6 distinct classes with over 25 skills and modifiers per class, meaning that your hero will definitely be some kind of unique abomination nobody else has. Although I can say from my own experience, if you are playing for the first time, don't do that. Swallow your dignity and just watch some tutorial of the most powerful build possible, because otherwise you may end like me. You will nurture a warrior who does cool magic but later in the game is completely useless, and that drop of quality is huge, from a Gandalf to a Las Vegas magician.
I will tell Pen Gillette about this blasphemy, he will make you disappear.
Oh, no, please don't.
It's too late for that.
Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut. This is a stealth-based game, meaning that you can shoot your way through the enemies or sneak up behind them without being traced, hack systems to retrieve information, or use your social skills to extract information from key characters. There are always choices, multiple approaches, multiple paths, and multiple tools at your disposal. People on Steam are talking that Deus Ex is really enjoyable, although very linear. But in this instance, the linear aspect is a good thing, because despite the fact that the game is guiding you in your path, it doesn't hold your hand or penis, and you are free to approach every situation as you please. And as I've mentioned before, the ways of playing are really numerous, and the only limit is your imagination. That also means that everyone without imagination has no limits at all. Let it sink. Yeah, also I can promise that in Deus Ex you will find many amazing music scores. The game has a really exceptional soundtrack which is creating an amazing atmosphere. Darksiders Genesis. This is a great game with great humor and very positive reviews on Steam. It is well balanced to play in co-op mode, but also fun in single player as well without any regrets. You, like me, probably have no friends anyway. Although I must warn you that here you will do more shooting than bashing and slashing, but you will get a fair share of the latter as well. Game has great graphics, a bit childish dialogues, and no potato salad man class, which is a shame. Anyway, from me it gets 8 cold beers out of 10. Death Trash. This game is awesome. It is set in a semi-open world divided into a few zones. You will spend a lot of time in underground facilities and dungeons as well, but it has a completely different approach to narrative compared to casual games. You never know what to expect. Also, here you will encounter extensive player freedom, from manual save games to the fact that any dialogue can be left anytime. Also, here you can kill everyone or don't kill anyone. That is the spirit. That is the cash of Death Trash. Highly recommended, especially if you like games like Diablo with a hint of pixel art. Okay, with a lot of pixel art. Divinity Original Sin 2. Made by the same studio now working on Baldur's Gate 3, this is one of the best RPG games ever created. Overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam can confirm that with ease, and people in the comment section are openly saying that this may be the best game they ever played in general. But, you know, you shouldn't trust people that easily. Once my good friend said that you can't drink beer instead of water, because it's not the negativity I want in my life. We are not friends anymore. Also keep in mind that this is a serious game for adults. It has a dark and gloomy world and sexual content. But don't worry, it will keep your virginity as strong as ever. Original Sin 2 will take about 200 hours out of your boring life, and that is really amazing because every minute of it is really entertaining. Nobody saves the world. When an ancient calamity reawakens, who can save the world? And the answer is nobody. That's you. You are nobody. Not in real life. In real life, you are an awesome, beautiful person. Never doubt that. Now, subscribe. So here you'll master the art of transformation to become a slug, ghost, dragon, a horse, or someone else. Like an egg, for example. Actually, here you'll find more than 15 distinct forms you can become of. You can mix and match abilities in unexpected ways to unlock and complete even more challenging quests. You can explore a vast overworld on your own or with a friend online. This game is not only beautifully drawn, but it's kinda crazy as well, just like your sister. Gamedec. This is a single-player, non-combat cyberpunk RPG. You are a game detective who solves crimes inside virtual worlds by using your wits to gather information from your witnesses and suspects. Also get to the bottom of deceptive schemes, save lives, and investigate the relationships between virtual worlds and their inhabitants. The game continually adapts to your choices and never judges, just like your dog does. Also, it sounds a bit like Disco Elysium, and that's a great thing. Although keep in mind that here you will not find any battles and no fighting is available. Pick it up only if you like to read and carefully analyze sentences in dialogues. Expeditions Rome. This is an indirect sequel of Expeditions Viking, and it has already accumulated a very positive review score on Steam. So here you can create your own Roman legacy, customize your character's look, gender, class and skills to match your playstyle and role-playing fantasy. Although I doubt that you will find a slider for a ding-dong size like we have in Cyberpunk, that would be a pleasant surprise. So here as in the prequel, you will engage in tactical turn-based combat powered by an extensive skill-based action system, where every weapon changes your potency on the battlefield. This is a great game for the people who like to use the tiny organ between our ears. People on Steam are saying that this is an interesting, a bit underrated RPG game that takes a huge amount of time to beat, but gameplay almost never gets boring. Hellpoint. This is a dark action RPG set in a heavily atmospheric sci-fi universe where the line between science and occultism is blurred. Once a pinnacle of human achievement, the Iratus space station has fallen. Its ruins are now overrun by cruel, interdimensional entities acting as puppets of the malevolent cosmic gods. That sounds very Lovecraftian, and cosmic horror is one of my favorite things, along with boobs and potato salad. People are talking that this game is a hybrid between Dark Souls and Dead Space. But I played it and it's literally just another Dark Souls game. Yeah, it's in space, but you know, whatever. Actually, if you want, you can play one chapter for free. You can find Hellpoint the Thespian Feast on Steam. The game itself has around 80% of positive reviews, so it's an okay game. Nothing fancy about it, but you can enjoy it for a few hours if you are a fan of Souls-like mechanics. Also, a controller is a must. Titan Quest Anniversary Edition. Initially the game was released in 2006, so it would be outdated by now, but thanks to this major overhaul, it is not. And it has more than 90% of positive reviews, so please, nail down your attention if you like games like Diablo. So if you ever played the old version, keep in mind that here you will get better resolutions, larger camera distance, multiplayer, mod support, Steam achievements, improved enemy and pet AI, countless bug fixes, dozens of new heroes, and so on. Titan Quest is a great game, one of the most beloved by the action RPG community, and I couldn't recommend it to you enough. It's literally like a potato itself in a potato salad, and people on Steam are saying that this is a masterful variation of Diablo formula and an absolute must-play if you like isometric hack-and-slash titles. Iratus, Lord of the Dead. You will find yourself fighting for the forces of darkness in the role of necromancer Iratus, recently freed from millennia-long imprisonment. So instead of drinking in some bar and picking up strangers for the one-night stands, you want nothing more than to raise the dead. And you do. You control an obedient army of living dead with skeletons, zombies, banshees, and many other unliving warriors. And you create your soldiers the only way a necromancer knows how, from the body parts of your slain enemies. The more you slay, the more parts you have.
Yas, Queen, slay!
The game is single player only, so everything is made for your pleasure. People are talking that Iratus is an easier version of Darkest Dungeon, although a little too linear. On Steam it has very positive reviews, so it's a good game and it will take about 30 hours out of your boring life. SpellForce free Reforced. If you are searching for something like the third Warcraft, search no more. This is a fun mix of RPG and RTS, meaning that most of the time you will control heroes that can gain experience, new skills and all that. Really similar to Warcraft's additional huge maps where you control Rexxar, and the other half of the game is traditional base building, unit training and upgrading so you could swarm the enemy with your eternal wrath. Campaigns are really well written, so reading and listening for conversations will be the thing you'll do a lot. And I mean it, about a third of the game consists of dialogues. So if you just want quick matches where you can show your insane APM of 20, it's not the case. But if you want story-rich RTS RPG game, this is definitely for you. Hob. The game was made by the same guys who created legendary Torchlight and Torchlight 2. Presented without text or dialogue, Hub's story is revealed as you explore a mysterious planet and interact with the strange life forms that inhabit it. You will transform this world by solving puzzles and repairing the planet itself. The landscape will change before your eyes, opening new areas to uncover and explore. People are saying that the game is just a partial RPG, it's mostly oriented to puzzle solving, but in general will scratch the itch you have for the great games you may never have heard of before. Although be warned that without a controller the experience may not be the same, be sure you have it. Actually, playing Hob without one, it's like trying to ride a traditional bike by pedaling with your hands. Rogue Lords. This is a dark fantasy roguelike where you play as the devil. Instead of buying souls and, giving people what they want like Satan claws everyone loves, you lead a band of famous evil geniuses through various events and turn-based fights to spread terror and corruption. Create synergies between your disciples, use your evil powers and take revenge on those miserable demon hunters. You know what is the scariest thing for a demon hunter? Demon hunter, and that's you and your minions. Of course, only when you win, because sometimes you will encounter demon hunters, and then you die. So here, run after run, you will manage your team as they encounter unforeseen events and be in charge of a turn-based combat. To reinstate your hold over the world of humans, you must first regain the strength you previously wielded by taking possession of artifacts with legendary power. Tower of Time. This is a story-rich dungeon crawler with innovative real-time combat that lets you pause or slow time, and here you have to turn on your brain if you want to succeed. And I mean it, every battle is specially designed to be a tactical puzzle, so it might be a bit challenging, or impossible, depends on your IQ I guess. Well, you can always adjust the difficulty, but that is an instant insult to your brain power, isn't it? Also because of that, the game is really suitable for fans of the genre and not so friendly for new players. Tower of Time will burn about 50 hours of your boring lifetime as you enjoy handcrafted levels and interesting story. Here you'll also find thousands of pieces of loot and equipment. Dysmantle. Here you can break almost all the objects for materials and craft new items from them. Explore the handcrafted open world and uncover its mysteries, clear areas of monsters and claim them as your own. Also build bases to establish your presence and farm exotic plants to reap the rewards as crops get ripe. Game has 92% of positive reviews on Steam and only 3% short from overwhelmingly positive title. People are talking that this is very relaxing but also a challenging game. You will stumble on areas with a large group of zombies and will get stressed a lot, but later you will grow some potatoes and enjoy a relaxing atmosphere in your garden. Gloomhaven. At first this was made as a tabletop game, and as it reached incredible popularity it was remade into a video game as well. It has all the features of dungeon crawlers like Darkest Dungeon, but stands out of the rest with a cool twist of 3D setting. So here you will lead your band of mercenaries through this unforgiving place where every move is crucial. Yeah, you sneeze, you die. No, probably not, but you get the point. You will have to carve your way through dungeons, forests and dark caves filled with horrific monsters to reap your rewards, or die trying, possibly the latter, over and over again. People are talking that this game will surprise you with the amount of unique monsters, high replay value and 100 hours of content, but it can scare you away with its very steep learning curve, so don't expect anything easy, it's not your sister. Cyberpunk 2077. A lot of people, including me, can't forget how bad the release of this game was, but developers worked hard and from 5 warm milks out of 10, the game score has increased to 8 cold beers out of 10, meaning that this is a nice game and the price of 30 euros or comparable amount of dollars is actually a great deal. If you take recent 12,000 reviews, they show something that would be really unexpected just a year ago. 87% of them are positive. People love the game now, and if you have spare money and are thinking about what to play, Cyberpunk 2077 may be your choice. I'm not saying that the game is perfect, but a few major updates and fixes are slowly turning it into a game that it was supposed to be. You can already change your haircut and the police are teleporting a bit further away. It still literally feels like they teleport though, and that sucks. Recently, developers said that a complete overhaul of the cop system as well as a vehicle-to-vehicle combat is in the works. When it will be updated, nobody knows, but that is a great news no matter how you look at it. Gedonia. This is an open-world role-playing game inspired by old-school classics. Here you'll become a simple traveler and adventure seeker. Explore a huge world, progress your character in any way you want, discover hidden treasures, mysteries and fight vast array of enemies. Here you can become a powerful mage, strong warrior, agile assassin, not assassigiler, or a charismatic leader. Also in Gedonia you will be able to own a house where you can grow plants and farm animals. They sort of implemented Stardew Valley inside this fighting and exploration RPG game. That is great, we all need some relaxation after a tiring dungeon exploration and grow some eggplants in our spare time. The game is created mostly by one man and it has very positive reviews on Steam, and this price is a joy for my eyes. Nioh 2, the Complete Edition. Here you can create your own original protagonist and embark on an adventure that will take you through devastated lands across Japan during the Sengoku period. Much like the previous title, which gained a lot of praise from fans and critics alike, Nioh 2 contains an original story and a lot of action. This edition includes all the content from Nioh 2 along with all 3 DLC expansions: the Tengu's Disciple, Darkness in the Capital, and the First Samurai. You can also play the game at 120 frames per second if your monitor is a beast. Also, it supports 4K, ultra-wide screens, and so on. People on Steam are talking that this game is a masterpiece, well-balanced title with great replayability value, but definitely not for those who suck at Souls-like games. But if you suck at Souls-like games, I have wonderful advice for you: stop sucking, get good. See how easy it is? And if you like the Steam Spring Sale video, there is another. Click on it, let's continue our journey, let's be friends with benefits. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time.
Bye!